What's up, dudes? My name is Nick. Welcome back for another music video reaction. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at the song from MAP6 titled Love Is Gone that was released at the beginning of this week, but kind of because it took a break on Monday and I had to cover some other songs over the last couple of days, we haven't gotten a chance to take a look at it. So we're going to check it out right now. And these guys, I think, are, in my personal opinion, are a boy group that more people should listen to. You know, the music, it might not be like, oh my god, these guys are amazing, but their music is definitely really solid. The most recent song that comes to mind to me is their song from a year ago, that's titled Swagger Time, and it's a really cool song. It's a really nice song to listen to. It's a lot of fun to listen to. And you know, that's what these guys are about. So I'm gonna do what I do in my videos. I'm gonna listen to this song. I'm gonna give you guys my honest first impression, thoughts, and opinions on it, whether I like it or not. So if that is something that you guys are interested in hearing more of at any point during this video, please do consider clicking on the subscribe button down below. So with all of that being said and that rather extensive intro out of the way, let's get this video started. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I was kind of expecting this to be well, I suppose it's not really a ballad song, is it? But I was gonna say, I was expecting this from the title that this song was gonna be a ballad, which I suppose you might consider this to be a ballad, maybe not. I don't know. You know, as much as nice as it is, right? As like satisfying it is to get a like good build-up that has some sort of, you know, payoff to it. Sometimes it's just nice to kind of be left hanging, like they just did for the beginning of that chorus right there. The built-up to a chorus that didn't like deliver on the build-up. It just kind of like left you hanging there. It's interesting. Also, that was a pretty sick kind of like rap verse too. Yeah, like that build up, right? The drum transition, you know, and then there isn't necessarily like a big, you know, a big payoff. You know, it definitely is a transition to a different portion of the song, but it's not a massive kind of payoff. I like this a lot. I'm not sure if I would say that this is like, or I was about to say, which then I just kind of questioned, if I would say that this kind of is not a typical way that you would kind of hear one of these more vocally oriented songs, more of like a ballad kind of song. It's got a little bit more energy than you would kind of expect, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll finish that thought though when the music video is finished, because it's coming. I can feel the end coming very soon. Because of course we're just gonna end it with the rap verse. I can get behind a rap verse as an outro. That's a pretty good way. And then of course they just kind of just cut it off and let you hang in, and left it hanging abruptly. You know, like the abrupt conclusion is pretty cool and interesting and nice. But anyway, what I was trying to say though about this song and kind of like how I would consider it as a ballad song, but like different and whatever, is that which then I was like, is that really kind of like a true statement? Is that I was gonna say something along the lines of how this is not like your typical ballad song because it's got a lot more, you know, energy and power and impact behind it. But I don't know necessarily if, you know, because of that aspect of it, then that would mean that it's not really a ballad song. You know, if that makes any sense. I'm not entirely sure because, you know, how do people define ballads? Is it because they're, you know, songs that put the singer's vocal abilities and talents on primary display, and the music track is not necessarily the most upbeat and I suppose kind of like this, I guess, I don't know, not the most upbeat, energetic, whatever you want to call it. Or the music track being this doesn't make it something different. So I don't know. I guess this kind of depends on what your definition of what you would call a ballad song is. I don't know, and I think that's a good question for you guys to potentially answer for me, because I'm actually kind of interested in what you would say a ballad song is. So leave your thoughts and all that stuff on the question to that down in the comments below. That's going to be the question of the video, so I'm not going to have to reiterate that towards the end, or maybe I will, I don't know. But anyway, what I really kind of actually, you know, enjoyed about this song is the fact that I suppose it's kind of a, you know, ballad song because it's got the vocals, it's really, really good in that aspect, but it's also got the, you know, pop music track that's also, you know, a little bit energetic, super upbeat. It's a lot of fun to listen to, and, you know, I like that. It's got a little bit of everything in it. It's got some good vocal performances, and it's got some really, really, you know, fun and energetic and uplifting, you know, music to listen to, which is kind of, I think, at least in the music track side of it, it's kind of a staple of what your just general pop music is. It's all about something that's you know, that's full of positive energy versus negative energy, which would be more sad ballad songs. But this one I don't think is necessarily not supposed to be a sad song. It's not supposed to be sad. It's supposed to be something opposite of that, sort of. Kind of depends right on what you personally take out of it, because the way that you interpret this could be something completely different from the way that I interpret it. But going beyond that though, one of the things that I liked, which I did comment on this during the whole music video, is kind of that little transition and build up that you get before they start the chorus. And it's a little bit of a, you know, drum, you just go down the, you know, drum thing, whatever you want to call it. Drum thing's the technical term. That's what everyone calls it in the industry, just so that you guys know. Also, that's a joke, by the way. I know that you can't tell because I'm super serious all the time, but that was a joke. Maybe it wasn't very funny. Oops. But that drum transition right there, that kind of builds up, and then, you know, you kind of, whenever you hear a build up, you kind of expect there to be some sort of substantial payoff to it. You know, like you're gonna build up to something, and then there's gonna be something that like hits really, really hard, or you're gonna have some sort of dramatic change or something like that. There isn't really necessarily a dramatic change. It's just a little bit of a build up to transition into a new segment of the song, and the impact that the chorus has isn't necessarily super big, and it's also not a dramatic enough change really to be like, whoa, that was a really cool kind of transition. It's just a way to transition between two portions of the song, and it's just a way to kind of fill that gap that there potentially was between, you know, whoever wrote the verse and whoever wrote the chorus, or, you know, how the same composer wrote the two different portions and they couldn't kind of like just find a way to mesh them together super well. So throw in a little bit of a drum transition, and bam, it works really, really well. It's good. It kind of is a little interesting as well, because you think, right, oh, it's a little bit of a build up. You know, we're building up to drop. We're building up to something interesting, and then doesn't necessarily deliver that, you know, super interesting portion or part of the song, which, you know, normally and, you know, frequently you want the transition or the build up to like actually deliver something, right? Because you want the climax of, or the pinnacle of that moment to actually, you know, deliver something. And sometimes it's disappointing when it doesn't, but at the same time, it not delivering in this instance, I think, is actually, really, really, really good, because it's not always a bad thing if the transition or the buildup doesn't deliver something impressive or attention grabbing. It doesn't have to be. It's equally effective when it leaves you in suspense, waiting for the next thing. And then I suppose that the moment of impact in that actual progression is probably much more on the vocal, the vocal arrangement and the way that the vocals were sung for that part. That might be the more impactful part instead of the music track. It's all, up to the way that you want to listen to it and the way that you interpret it, of course. So, but that's the way that I interpret it. That build-up doesn't necessarily have a super strong impact, but maybe the actual impact that you're hearing or that you're looking for when you're looking for it in the music track is not necessarily there because it is on the vocal track instead. That's an interesting point. So that's really all I got to say. I mean, I really, really like this. It's a different kind of tone for MAP6 than I've heard. Although I know that they released a song like 6 months ago or something like that I don't think I covered because it's been a bad year for me on that front. So that's really going to be all that I've got. So just to remind you guys what the question of the video is, and that is going to be, how do you define a ballad song? Like, what makes a ballad song to you? Is this a ballad? Is it not? Why or why not? Answer that question down below. And of course, just share your general thoughts and opinions on this song from MAP6, whether you like it or not. So don't be afraid to share your opinion, even if you don't like this, or if you do, whatever, because this community that I'm trying to build here is all about having some free and open discussion about our thoughts and opinions, whether we agree or disagree. So if that is something that you guys are interested in becoming a part of, then please do consider clicking on the subscribe button down below. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.